Yo people, quick PSA here. Just wanted to let you know this video was recorded on the day of the EA earnings call, so some of the things that I'm posing and questions I'm asking in the video might not be quite relevant now that we know we have a live service in Battlefield 6. However, a lot of the content is still pretty relevant and I'm still keen to hear your thoughts. So I'm going to throw it back to past Morty and he can get talking from here. Hey, what's happening people? Naughty Morty here, back again with another Battlefield video. Now, with the lack of Battlefield 2021 news causing a lot of confusion, hype and despair at the moment, I wanted to chat about something which not many people have really been talking about. What would be more beneficial for the next Battlefield game, a live service model or the premium package? There's obviously pros and cons for both, so I'm going to try and dissect both of the options and then give my opinion on what I would prefer. So to kick off, I wanted to consider the live service model we've been seeing more recently from DICE games like Battlefield 5 and Battlefront 2. In short, this style of video game is released normally at retail price, but features continual updates with the developers adding new content, fixing bugs, and generally supporting the game with time. So what do you get when a live service actually succeeds? Well, you get a strong player retention through the overall development and transformation of the game itself through updates, bug fixes, and fresh and exciting content. You only need to look at the likes of Fortnite and Apex Legends to see how a live service model can be incredibly effective and not only bringing in new players, but also keeping players coming back on a consistent basis. This, in combination with a battle pass system, provides players with all of the new content they desire whilst also making them work for it by obviously playing the game. The key thing to remember with a live service though is that it's a long-term commitment from the game developer to the community to evolve the game over time, and also to take into account our feedback when providing new updates and bug fixes at a rapid rate. On the other side, premium is the older standard of providing content. Many of us have seen this model used by DICE all the way up to Battlefield 5, and I've got pretty fond memories of the Battlefield 4 Premium Pass probably being the pinnacle of all DLCs expansions through 2014 and 15. Premium was marketed at the same value as the base game and provided us with incremental DLC packs every few months. As an example, Battlefield 4 had 5 individual packs with 20 maps in total, along with 48 assignments and plenty of new game modes. Now, to me, the premium concept fits a similar vein as producing seasons or a battle pass within a live service, as these changes follow a similar timeline of every few months or so. Now, to take a holistic view of the whole gaming industry at the moment, I think it's important to note that we've seen a massive shift across the whole of the industry away from premium and towards a live service. General consensus seems to be that premium paid DLC is detrimental to a game's chances of survival, specifically around these two key points. Number one, the DLC may or may not be worth the value and the price tag put on it by the developers. And number two, it can cause the community to split into those who have and those who haven't bought the DLC. I think a good example of the negative effect premium might have is the way that DICE handled their original Battlefront reboot in 2015. Battlefront originally shipped with 11 vanilla weapons and 12 maps, of which only 4 could be used in the main mode of the game. Compare this to Battlefield 4, the game DICE made before Battlefront, which shipped with 77 vanilla weapons and 10 vanilla maps which would work across all modes. With this in mind, Battlefront shipped with the full retail price of $50, and players then had to pay another $50 to get the game to anywhere near the same level of content as vanilla Battlefield 4. But there's also been many examples of live service failing as well. Battlefield 5 is the first one that immediately springs to mind, as even during its life cycle, DICE were way behind in terms of content in comparison to all of their previous premium games. This graph, although it is a bit outdated, shows how far DICE were behind in development time at only 200 days into Battlefield 5's life.
Look at this graph!
By contrast, you can see all the other Battlefield games on this list and how much content they reach by the end of their respective lives, and it clearly eclipses Battlefield 5. Also, Star Wars Battlefront 2's live service would suffer the same fate as Battlefield 5. However, they had an extra year of content given to the fact that Battlefront was released a year before Battlefield 5. And Star Wars Battlefront 2's service was ultimately what saved the game after a horrendous launch and the loot box fiasco they found themselves in, because it provided solid content that fans of the game expected and enjoyed for no extra cost. I look back on games like Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, which had downloadable content, fairly reasonable prices, and provided quality experiences for all players. That's the feeling I want to have when I play any additional content on the next Battlefield game as well. But I think given the way DICE has tried the live service model with both Battlefield 5 and Battlefront 2, I expect it will be in for much of the same with the next Battlefield game. If anything, this video can serve as more of a precautionary tale regarding the live services we've seen so far from DICE, and also how they can iron out their mistakes with the next iteration. Specifically, they need to stick to the schedule, as they did with Premium in the past, and making sure to add new content, not another Metro reskin, to keep us, the players, engaged and excited about the future content they have planned. With this in mind, no matter how much I want a Premium model to return, a live service done right will be just fine for me as well. Okay guys, let me know in the comments down below what you would prefer, premium or a live service? I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this topic, and I think there's a definite split in the community on this one. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.